Yeah. Well, boys, I think we sent it a little too hard. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. On the plus side, all we got to do basically is just go get some cheap oil, wash all this out. It's happened to us before on another engine, on a 427, that didn't seal right. And I'm thinking it's because the heads are shaved. The way they're shaved, maybe the intake itself didn't sit right. But yeah. So after inspecting the old intake, we measured the holes where the bolts go through, and the holes are actually not wallered out. What it is that the intake is shaved. The intake is milled. You can see right here where they milled it. All this is milled. So what happens is when they deck the block, whatever thousands they took off the block, they came back and did it to the intake. Or sometimes when you mill the heads, right, nothing lines up anymore. So they basically came back and did that to the intake too. So rather than waste time trying to put that intake back on and probably end up back in the same spot, we're gonna just clean this one up. Like someone said before, we're just gonna pressure wash it, throw a nice fresh coat of paint on it, and lots of glue, new gaskets, and then just throw this one back on. There we go. Just got out of work, and I'm gonna get right to it. And as you guys saw, today is Tuesday. We have to basically start over on the whole intake setup. So shouldn't take us too long, hopefully. My son says coming by, one of my friends is coming by. So let me turn the phone around so you guys can see where we're at. So this is where we are. Intake's off again. I'm gonna pull the valve covers off, and then we're gonna work on the intake, work on the gaskets. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna seal the crap out of this thing. That's the original Edelbrock RPM that was on the engine. Like I said, we decided to just go ahead and put this intake back on because the intake is shaved, or decked, whatever you want to call it, to match the block and the heads. So rather than taking the chance, as I stated earlier, and putting the other Edelbrock RPM air gap back on, we thought, you know what, let's just put this back on. Shout out again to the person that commented that we should have just painted the intake and just put it back on. You know, that would have saved us a trip to Dallas for sure. But, you know, we still ended up buying more stuff that we needed that we would have had to overnight or, you know, wait for it to come in. So definitely worth the trip either way. So we spoke to the gentleman that's organizing the car show at the McAllen Convention Center, and he said that we have Friday till noon to move in. That's the last move in is Friday before noon, which is a good thing because I'm actually off on Friday. So pressure's off. It's Tuesday night. Tomorrow we intend to put the intake back on, time the engine again. We did throw some spare mufflers on there that a buddy of mine lent me so we can hear what we're doing. And man, we cross our fingers that everything goes back as it should. I mean, everything should work. All right, quick Wednesday night update. We got it done, man. Got the oil changed out a couple of times. The oil's looking nice and clean now. We're gonna do one more oil change on it. It's nice and clean. It's got Valvoline 2050 in it now. There we go. But we're gonna do one more oil change, and then I'm going to start tightening everything up. This mess of wires here for the fan controller, the spark plug cables, we have to wire them up, well, tie them up, and then that's it. tomorrow we'll just get it down off the ramps and after the oil change, and that's it, man. We're gonna give it a good wash. We're not gonna get to polish it at all. So I mean, mainly the black stripes are the ones that had swirls on them, so it is what it is, man. We're just gonna clean it up as best we can, tie up some loose wires out of the way, and then we're gonna try to get the car in. They're taking cars in tomorrow night, Thursday, till 10. So if we hurry up right after work, we should be able to get it cleaned up enough to drive it over there. Fingers crossed, and you know, get it in the show. So, all right, give you guys an update tomorrow. Quick Thursday update. Made it to the muffler shop. So we're just putting some pipes from the headers to the mufflers. I had cut them off originally because I was originally going to do an exhaust system, but for right now, we're just going to reconnect it back how it was, and that way we can get it back to the house. We need to do one more oil change, and we need to wash it and just basically just clean it up. And then we have till 10 o'clock tonight to get the car in. So everything's looking good. Had a little issue on the way over here. The transmission wasn't shifting, but I think it's just the vacuum line to the modulator on the transmission that's not connected. So when I get it back to the house, I'll have to hook that back up. And here we go. Wish me luck. All right, muffler's done. Rolling back to the house in one gear. I didn't know my other Chevelle it's a manual turbo 400. So that car, you just shifted manually all the time. I thought if you didn't connect the modulator, I thought you could just manually shift it, but apparently it doesn't work. So we're gonna have to connect the vacuum modulator. The wipers also came up to that point, and now they won't go back down. I've messed with the switch, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, try to figure out a way to push them back down, or just remove them all together. I don't know. I'll figure it out here in a minute when I get to the house. Well, it's about 9:30. And we're on the way. Man, I really hope they really stop taking cars at 10, because we're maybe 15 minutes out. So we're gonna barely, get there. So yep, and we do, man. Whew, it's gonna be awesome. I have to record when I'm stopped because I'm having to shift the car manually because it's shifting too quick and just drive. So I don't know why nothing in the dash is working. The light for the AC system's working. The radio light's working. There's a random light on the dash, which I don't even know what that is. We don't have a tach on it. We didn't have a chance to put the tach on it, so I have no idea what we're RPMing. I have no idea how fast we're going. So the new torque converter does feel better than the other one. It doesn't feel as loose. It actually drives a lot better, and it didn't affect the cam at all. So that's a good thing. Holy crap, guys! We got here and they were leaving. So we ran into Al. Thank God, he's the gentleman that runs the whole show. And he saw me and he's like, hey, he goes, I'm gonna open it up for you. Oh man. There we go. Check that out. Oh my God. All right, let me stop recording. We're gonna have to do some maneuvering here. That's it, guys. This ends this saga. We are done. Man, a lot of work. The car's finally in the show. Oh my God. We made it this far. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. The next video will probably be a walk around of the show. So thanks again. It's been one hell of a ride getting the car here, but it's here. We're not leaking anything, thank God. So tomorrow I'm off, so we'll come in tomorrow and give it a good detailed job. So all right guys, thanks again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.